This is Keith Helwig from Cops Corrections Videos. If you like my videos, please subscribe. As someone who's worked corrections, law enforcement, both on a county and a state level, people have questioned which job is more dangerous, which job is more challenging. I guess I'd like to talk about the jobs, what they have in common, and what the differences are. When I started, I worked in a medium security men's prison. One of the challenges of working in a prison, whether it's medium security or maximum security, is that everybody you're working with is a convicted felon. You might not know what they're in there for. You might be working with a career burglar. You might be working with a serial killer. You just don't know. But the one thing you do know is if they are wearing orange, green, or tan, they're an inmate. Now, working as a police officer, I don't know who I'm dealing with on any situation. It may be a car stop. It may be a brand new BMW convertible with a man who's in his 60s, very respectable, the whole works, who is just a complete whack job when you go up and approach him. You don't know when you're going up, who you're going up to as a police officer. So I'd say that's score one for corrections because you know who you're dealing with. Now, on the other hand, in corrections, I never had to stand outside and direct traffic when it's 5 below zero in a blizzard. I've had to do that as a police officer. In corrections, you're pretty much in a climate-controlled area, and you know that you don't have to wear mucklucks, a parka, and fleece mittens to work to make it through your shift. Can't say that working as a police officer. Now, the difference between a county jail and a prison. In a prison, most of the people have been through a classification system. So they've been psychologically evaluated, they've been physically evaluated. You know who you're dealing with. While working for the county, when I was the assistant superintendent in jail, the people that you got in there were once again an unknown entity. You may have someone who's strung out on heroin. You may have someone who's on crack. You may have someone who's suicidal. In the jail, you have to deal with the guy that the SWAT team just spent the last 10 hours negotiating with and who maybe shot them. You have to deal with people who maybe just got done murdering their wife or whatever, and they're in a highly emotional state. So in the county jail, you don't know who you're dealing with when they come through that front door. Now, conversely, I was also the administrator of a juvenile facility. Now, granted, it was a small facility. It was only 26 beds. But dealing with juveniles, I'd say, has to be one of the most challenging things that there is. Juveniles are highly impulsive. They don't operate on logic. They operate on their feelings at the moment. They're hard to deal with, and it presents a real challenge. You have to use an entirely different set of force rules with juveniles, things of that nature. All in all, corrections, whether it's in juvenile facilities, county facility, or a state facility, as opposed to being a police officer, are, as I've stated in previous videos, two sides of the same coin. Ultimately, you're dealing with the same people. It's just the level of dealing with them that you have. As I said, in police work, you're dealing with an unknown entity. In the prisons, you're dealing with a known entity. In the jails, once again, it's an unknown entity. It's a matter of choice. It's a matter of preference. Now, I enjoyed working corrections. I left as a captain. I worked as a captain for almost 20 years out of the 36 years total that I had in corrections, and I truly enjoyed it. I wasn't a desk captain. That means I didn't have one of those gravy 5-day-a-week jobs where I just sat on my ass behind a desk and told other people what to do. I was a line captain, which meant that if there was something going on, I was there. My lieutenant and I were the ones that were there helping staff deal with it. That's what I like to do. I had somebody ask me once why I never promoted up past captain. I didn't want to. I didn't want to get into the political bullshit. I didn't want to get into the having to worry about my next step on the career ladder. I wanted something where I was working with people, where I was working with officers, where I was working on the line. Now, once I retired from corrections totally, I continued to work as a police officer, and on a couple occasions I was asked to be a police chief, and I turned it down. I don't want to deal with the politics. You know, when you're a street cop, you have to deal with politics in a certain aspect. You have to deal with the politics in public. You have to treat the public decently and accordingly. But you don't have to deal with the administrators. You don't have to deal with the people 200 miles away sitting behind the desk making policies and procedures. I go in every day, I do my job, I deal with the people, and I look forward to going to work. I look forward to going to work as a correctional officer and as a captain as well, but I had to deal with the politics. As a police officer, on the streets, generally, you don't have to deal with the politics and the headaches that upper administration can cause. So as far as determining which job is the hardest, there really is no definitive answer. All the jobs are what you make of them. All the jobs can be good jobs, all the jobs can be bad jobs. Now, standing in traffic when it's 10 below zero, that's not fun. Having feces thrown at you in a prison, that's not fun. Having someone stab you in a prison or whatever is not fun. I do have to honestly say that when I was a captain in a maximum security institution, I saw more action in a month than most police officers see during the course of a year. I enjoyed that. If I miss anything about working in corrections, it's the adrenaline dump that it gave me. My hat's off to the people that are working in corrections. My hat's off to the people that are working in law enforcement. They're both thankless jobs for the most part. Correctional officers in particular, other law enforcement agencies fail to realize or fail to recognize them as a legitimate part of law enforcement, which they are. Anybody who says otherwise has never been inside of a prison. I remember a few years ago when I was a captain at the maximum security prison, I was working part-time as a police officer, and I took my police chief and another officer from the department on a tour of the prison. And to be honest with you, they were scared shitless. They weren't used to dealing with people the way we deal with them in a prison. They were used to having a gun, they were used to having a baton, they were used to having pepper spray, everything else. And all of a sudden they were walking down a hallway surrounded by ex-felons, and they really didn't know what to think of it. Well, it's an interesting experience. I've had a lot of cops tell me that they can never do my job. There's a lot of correctional officers that can never do a police officer's job. My point is, no matter which job you have, whether it's in county corrections, state corrections, a police officer on a state, county, or local level, do the best that you can. Enjoy your job, and if you don't like it, find something else. It's a great job, it's a great career, it's like everything else in life, it's what you make of it. Until next time, this is Keith Hellwig from Cops Corrections. Stay safe and watch your back.